Hey, welcome. It's Ta Growing here, and we are live on Periscope and on my YouTube channel, Healing Touch Vinyasa. Every Monday at noon, I teach an hour yoga class. And if you're just tuning in, stay for just a moment. I want to share a story about last week. OMG. So I got so embarrassed. I really, really got embarrassed because, wow, I sort of injured my hip last class. If you were with me last class, during the first 5-10 minutes of class, I sort of pulled my hip. And I was so curious, it's like, what the heck? Because the next day, my left hip. So I had to go back. I had to go back and check out exactly what I did. Okay. So being a teacher of 25 years, I still am learning. I still have days where, I freaking did something wrong. So it reminds you of the solution. Okay. So what was the reason why I went back? So that I could figure out what I did. And you know what? What I did is so simple. It's so basic. It's like we forget the basics once in a while. First of all, it's winter here in California, and I know you're going to laugh for those of you who are on the East Coast and it's freaking below zero. But for us in California, it's cold. So today I put the heat on. So that gives you a little hint of what exactly happened. I did not warm up the body. I did not warm up my body. But I have to say that last week I had Tammy on. So when she came to class on Saturday, I asked her, I said, hey, how was your back? How'd you feel? Was it all good? And she says, yes, everything was fine. It felt like an amazing class. Because guess what? She's almost 15 years younger than I am. I am 51. Okay, so my body needs more warm up, more, up to speed for why. Why do we need to warm up? First of all, blood circulation and oxygen to these low back hip muscles. So anyways, I just had to share that with you, and how sometimes I even get embarrassed. And then I said that to my client the next day. I said, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I've been doing yoga for so long. It should be healing my body. And it does. But I injured myself. She goes, you know what, Ta? You have such a athletic job. And athletes injure themselves once in a while. So she let me off the hook. Her name's Victoria. I love her. And I went, oh yeah. These types of things for people who are very active in their body are going to happen. All right. And so she let me off the hook. I let go of all that stupid rhetoric that, that caused me to be insecure. So there was a multi-level learning here. No need to be embarrassed. No need to be insecure. It's okay. I went back and I figured out what I did. And now, that said, we're going to warm up the body before we practice our asana, because it is winter and it's in California and it's a little cold. All right, but first, before we do our warm up, it's always nice to also center with a couple breaths. So before we stand and do some active stuff, just give yourself a moment to breathe with me. And in fact, if you're not planning on staying for the whole class, excellent, sort of segue into transitioning to your next thing. Just breathe 10 breaths with me. Okay, that's it. That's all I ask. 10 breaths will boost your immune system. Your oxygen will keep you healthy. Okay, and it will calm us down and set the tone for our practice, get that chin to come down, get your whole psyche to come back into this physical body. Swallow a couple times. Feel the heaviness in the hips. Let the chin drop. Oh, just powerful time right now. It is high to low. So when you're high, you know it, meaning high frequency. When you're low frequency, you know it, and you want to get out as quick as you can. The quickest way to get out of a low frequency is with your breath. So that's what we're doing. We're raising our frequency in through the nose, out through the nose. Let some of those movements happen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up the spine, letting the ribs expand. Taking your time, filling it up. And let it go. Exhale, nose. Movements, these subtle movements, starting to warm up the hips, huh? That's what I need. What do you need? Tune in, see what do you need. See if that movement helps you. Or if it distracts you. Jaw, really notice that tension. So let it go. First place to sort of clench, Let that face relax. Sounds, if there's some sounds that need to happen. Go into that primitive self, and let it go. Exhale. A few more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Call this ocean breath or ujjayi. You can feel this whispering sound. It's almost like you're snoring. It comes from this opening of the throat. Closing your eyes takes a bit of focus and a bit of time. Give yourself that time to surrender into your body, to surrender into your breath. Last breath. You can interlace the hands right behind your back. Take a couple yawns if it's happening, if they happen spontaneously, not to stifle those. If you've been with me for a while, I talk about yawns all the time, how they actually are raising your frequency. They shift pathways in the mind and the brain, opening them up, letting go of that tension. I just thought of a Kundalini warm-up. I'll share it with you. It's a great story behind this Kundalini warm-up. I'll share it with you. So, I shake out the arms. So, let's see. I would have to say 15 years ago, went to New York to drop off my 2 girls. One was 19 and one was just shaking out the arms. Right arm comes underneath, eagle arms. One was 19 and one was 17. Graduated early. The 17-year-old graduated early from high school in San Diego in La Jolla and decided, up and down, inhale, reach, decided that she wanted to go to Parsons School of Design in New York. I love this. It was a dream of hers to go to art school. So when we were there in Williamsburg, New York, like a little kind of community, I went to a yoga class, and this is where I learned that posture. So it's just so amazing. You remember your teachers, you remember who taught you what. I think I still follow her on Facebook, but I forgot her name. I'll have to find it. All right, left arm comes underneath, wrap it up, drop your elbows down, and then bring them up. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. It's okay to go slow. Give yourself permission not to rush, not to hurry, but to stay in the present moment, in your now moment, because that's where all your power is right now, not in the past, not in the future. Just this present moment with your head hanging, your arms hanging, your breath coming easily. This is now. Now. Good. Release the arms again. All right. Yeah. Okay. So this cool, I'm going to turn for you and actually take this out. Take out my blanket. This warm up, really interesting, very simple. I mean, think about the yogis back in the day, and they're like, I gotta warm up. I've been sitting here in Tibet in the cold. Let's see if I could wake up my Kundalini, right? Because this is Kundalini yoga. All it is, staying nice and tall and moving the legs. And breath how you like. Inner core, lifting. Back and forth. Straighten. OMG, OMG. And so I just have to share with you. I'm going to come into a forward fold. I have to share with you what happened at that class. Feet apart, head dropping. In New York, when I was in that class, and we were doing that quick kicking, she put the timer on. It was a 2-minute stint. And by the end, the tears were coming, because you pushed through, you persevered, and that's how awakening's happening. I think Kundalini yoga is intense, and so for me, I don't practice like that, as you can see. We just did a little bit. All right, some more warm up like I really need and want. Very simple. Take your right leg and just bring it forward and back. Getting into the meat of our class. Inhale forward, exhale back. Or vice versa, no rules. And if you need a wall, you can use a wall for support. Forward and back. And you can linger. I can already feel this right hip. I'm using my right leg, warming up. All right, switch. Left leg, up and back. Keeping your balance, keeping your drishti one place. Forward and back. Yeah, what do you think? Easy peasy. So it's behind the scenes for Taz Yoga. For easy, all levels. Keep your body warm. Get your stress released. Connect to who you are. Let's bring this left leg all the way back. Hands on the waist. Ribs in, arms come high. Right hip rolls back, belly lifts. Gonna alternate legs. First, my left leg is back. Doesn't matter, either leg. Inhale, exhale to bring that knee to the shoulder. Drop it down. Inhale, right knee comes up. Exhale, bring it back and down. And then back up. And we're switching. We're just switching, keeping it even. Again, you can use the wall. Down, up, pull it up, and drop. Switch sides. Back, drop, sink, lift, bring it up, and down. It's your own rhythm, so maybe you could even pulse like I just did. Just some cardio. Catching your breath. Just because we want to warm up the body. Woo! Balance too. Go at your own pace. One more set. Left side, right side. Can go slow. Doesn't have to go fast. Down, up, pull it back. Switch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Drop it back. Drop it down. Lift. Bring it forward. It's great for balance too. Love you guys. That's it. And then half sun salutes. Till I'm focusing on warming up the body before we stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, either roll up or reverse swan dive to come up. Exhale, hands at your heart. You can feel your heart beating. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale to dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to pull back. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands at your heart. 2 more at your own pace. Half sun salutes. Inhale, big smile. Reaching. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, coming up. Repeat. I'm going to bring my feet a little closer. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last one, we'll step back, so make sure you're at the front of the mat. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to your high plank. Good. Great. Push back into bent knee down dog. And then back to high plank. And just go back and forth. Inhale one direction. Exhale the other. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So either hang out in your down dog with your shoulders spread and your knees bent, ribs in. This is fine, especially if you're new and you're getting the endurance and the strength through the wrists and the shoulders. That down dog might be better, or child's pose even. I'll show you that in just a sec. Or come to a full high plank, and we'll just hold for about 8 breaths. Again, natural curves in the back. You want the femurs in and up, so spread the booty up. Suction the navel in. Feel your chest reaching forward. Sink into the hands. Squeezing the muscles right into the bone of your arms. And smile out through the heels. If you want to play, you can move, inhale with the heels, exhale back. Inhale, forward, exhale back. Halfway there. You can always bring your knees down. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Just dropping the knees. Check it out. Last 2 breaths. Really good. All right, drop the knees. Soften the feet. Gently come back. Little stages, little baby steps, or 1 step, 2 step sort of thing to get to your child's pose. Catch your breath. Elbows. Maybe your feet feel like they need some pounding now, some circling. But you're supporting yourself with your elbows here. And then gradually you can walk your hands, elbows back, into child's pose. Support the head. It's almost like it's a 3-step process here that feels good. So we use the elbows. And now we're supporting the head with the double fists. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Surrender into the back. Let that just broaden into that sacral bone, that triangle bone. Commit to 3 breaths. Let's go in and out in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay? You got this. Even if it feels uncomfortable on your knees, or what I'm trying to say is, if it feels uncomfortable on your knees, back off. Go a little bit high with the hips. Together we'll take 3 breaths. If you haven't already, inhale nose. Let it out through the mouth. Great. Again, inhale nose. Let it out through the mouth. Nice. Oh, wow. Some nice adjustments. Some like, I'm coming home sensations. All right. So that 3rd step, walk the hands forward. Just stretch the fingers wide like a starfish. Use your fingertips for support, your hand for support. Just stretch it out. Walk the hands to one side. Reach that opposite hand over to just continue the length through that rib cage. See how simple? Really simple. Just mindful where you are, finding your full expression, whatever that may be for you. Connect to the breath. And then the other side, over to that other side. Excellent. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale to all 4s. Bring the knees right underneath the hips. And this is just classic tabletop for cat-cow. Okay, rounding into the back. So if ever you were just to take one posture, one vinyasa flow with you into your own personal practice, This is an amazing and simple one to remember. Cat-cow. Just rounding the back, pushing into the hands, and then releasing the back. No worries if your breath goes either direction, you're doing it right. Just inhale one direction, exhale the other. If there's some pulses, some somatic movements that are spontaneous, I celebrate you for finding them. It's what we want to do. You want your cells to talk to you and decide what they need, not your head. Try to get into your body. Get into your body. That's where all the answers are. You'll find them there. And your breath helps you find that inner guru, that inner connection. You're like, what is it? I'm not sure. Keep practicing and it will come. Very simple, very classic way to start heating up the back. Tiger curls. Good. And we could step it up a little bit. I'm going to give you two options. I have to move over because my watch, I'll turn watch. So there's two options here. Bring the knees together. The first option, right hand, I'm doing right hand, left foot. Right hand reaches forward, left leg back. You inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it underneath you. Okay? And you can continue just pulling that with breath. If you want to add on and give yourself a bit of a challenge, take that out and then take it off to the side. And then you can alternate. Okay? So go ahead. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to reach, exhale to reach it out. I love it. Totally love it. Yes. Smiling. So good. So when I'm talking about warming up those hips before you even start warrior sequences, 25 years and I kind of sometimes want to skip this. Don't skip it. I learned that last week. Okay. I'll learn from my mistakes. Woo! Last one. Awesome. Good. Hold. Go ahead and hold. Forward and back. Ribs in. Okay, now sometimes that wrist gets a little fatigued. If it's that for you, just come to your elbow and just pulse it this way. And even flex. Last breath. Take a little break. Again, you're on your elbows, both elbows on the ground now. Give yourself that stretch through your back. Maybe tuck the toes under and stretch out through the feet too. Woo! And then we'll go back, and my body's just saying, hey, let's move this belly, all right? So we're going to go back to cat-cow to sort of shake that up. This is how you create your own home practice. You don't need me. You just need a body and some creativity. Oh, yeah. I am not your guru. You are. You are your own guru. Check in with your body. See what your body wants from you. Just gotta connect. Yoga means to yoke, which means to connect. Yoking our body, mind, and spirit. Good. I'm getting a little movement. This is awesome. This little wave for even more spinal manipulation. Rounding forward, pushing back. Gosh, you could spend the whole yoga class just doing stuff like this, I know. We'll get to warriors, I promise. Everybody loves hips. Let's do our hips. We will. Woo! All right, let's do the other side. I'm turning around so I can kick to the side. How's everybody doing out there? Love it. All right, right leg out, left arm. Inhale to extend. Exhale, tiger curl underneath you. Inhale to reach off to the side. Keep breathing. Harder side. Wow. Straight and side and arm and pull. Last one. Good. I'm gonna hold this knee to forehead. That sort of roundness into the back. I think the back deserves a little pound. Keep that sigh. So good. And then we're dropping this right elbow because that's what I did last time. Left arm still stays forward. Bend that right knee. Just give it a little pulse. Engage that central shushuma, where your ribs are. You want to knit those in a little bit. You want to engage that right glute. I'm laughing because we can call this a core class for sure. Woo! Elbow comes down. Give yourself a wide child's pose this time. Knees apart, toes together. Catch your breath. You can tell that I'm not doing the treadmill or running for an hour. This is my cardio. Some of you are with me, I know. All right, from here, from this wide knee child's pose, let's go right into a bent knee up dog. So again, that beautiful swoop through, and then come on back. And gradually just build it up. Inhale, forward to bent knees. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, ribs, chest, heart, feet. Your own rhythm. Sliding through. I love this last one. Good. All right, back into our second down dog, I guess. We've only been here once before. This time, take a little movement. Right hand, left heel, right heel. Just move it about. Go the other direction, into the heel. It's like walking the dog, into your hips, into your low back, into your chest and belly. Connecting to that 4-count breath. It's like inner massage, finding those sweet trigger points that need a little bit of attention. Okay, again, if you're just building up your practice in your wrists and your shoulders, you need a little bit of elbow time. Just come onto your elbows and see what happens. You're going to take the feet, the heels, over to the right and just sink into the feet. Come back to center. And the other side. One more time, back to center, tip your toes, ribs in, hips high, head drops, shoulders broad. So much to think about, I know. And then swivel the heels to the right. Come back to center, swivel the heels to the left. Come back to center. Drop the heels down. Pause. Pause there. In fact, walk the hands back. Maybe a little bit of both. Feet forward, hands back. Slightly bend the knees. Bring your ribs right over the upper thighs. And as you wrap your hands around your calves, you're finding that sweet forward fold. Sink into the feet. Footprints, shake out the head. Good. And then soften that left knee and left hand comes down. This is where a block might come in handy. Again, not looking at my body, just going inside your body. So maybe your hand comes a little higher and you're using a block. We're going to twist. Right arm comes up. Soften that left knee. Good. And bring it down a little bit. Yeah. So good. It's okay to soften that left knee. If you feel like you want to alternate a little bit, you can. Lower belly opens, arm comes up. Explore what the neck wants. Lower belly turns, feet are strong. Switch. Top hand comes down, maybe a little forward fold, a little shake out, and switch. Opposite arm comes up. Again, might need a block. I just want to remind you, those props are so valuable. Absolutely. I'm softening my opposite knee. Really good. Hand comes down. Release that block if you had it. Come back to the front of the mat. Feet back to the back of the mat. And come all the way into our first up dog. So, and then I promise we'll come standing and do some hip stuff. So, again, symmetry in the hips for me. So I come back into down dog. And I come back to high plank. Finding some powerful alignment through the hip and the belly. Once I connect to that, high to low push-up. Knees can come down. Exhale for chaturanga. Come all the way down. And then slide through up dog. Good. Let's look over the right shoulder. Back to center. Feeling good. Left shoulder. Back to center. And then one more time. Just give me right shoulder. See, all this clearing. I love it. Back to center. And then the other side. Up dog. Tuck the toes. Strong core as your straight leg come back to down dog. And then step up. Halfway lift. Exhale, pull back in. Sink into the ground. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale at the top. How you doing? How you doing? Good. Lovely. Just take a little walkabout. Maybe there's a drink of water. Give yourself a moment just to walk about. And then we're starting our hip sequence. So good. So good. Thanks for being here with me. Really good. Yoga makes you feel amazing. Let's just start from here. Take your feet wide. Go right into Warrior 2. I promise we'll go through flow. But just start in Warrior 2 on the right side. Feel this lower belly lift. Sink into that front knee. Bring out the arms. Awesome. Really cool. Engage that left hip. Get yourself to grow tall through the upper body. Vitalize that kneecap on that back leg. Good. Once there, left arm strong. Reach it down towards that left knee. Right arm comes up. Gosh, so much movement. Right elbow behind the head. Real life, folks. Right elbow behind the head. And some shoulder work. If you can, take this left arm and bring it to reach for the fingers. Good. Settle into that front knee, lower belly's lifting. Just feeling so powerful. Spread out the toes. And just hold. Really good. Beautiful. Release the arms and take that right elbow to the knee. If you felt like you were a little wide, like I was, bring that back foot closer. Two options here. You can rest that elbow, but you're still keeping this upper body nice and extended, or you can take this arm and hover the fingertips right over that big toe, okay? I know, it's the right leg is working for you. Left arm up. The lower belly's lifting, back leg is strong. Hold, hold, hold. Lots of heat in the legs. Don't have to look up. Beautiful. Come all the way up. Straighten that front leg. Parallel feet. Catch your breath. Drop the chin to the chest. Give that an opportunity to stretch the neck in symmetry over to the right. Drop it to center. Over to the left. Chin on the chest. Slowly bring it up. And turn into that left side for warrior two. Okay, so you're settling in. Scoop up the arms. In fact, this is so nice doing this once in a while just to realize, those shoulders spread wide, the clavicles and the scapula on the back. Settle in, not too wide. Good. Left hip crease pulls back, lower belly lifts, right hip crease rolls forward. I have a great detailed tutorial on warriors. So if anybody's interested, just PM me and I will give you the link. It's unlisted actually, so you have to get the special link. But details of warrior one, warrior two, and triangle. Off to the right. Finding that belly lifting. No internal gurgling this time. Left elbow behind the head. You can always take the right hand to help that elbow up. So how are your hips feeling? Hopefully they're just nicely warmed so that you can feel safe in this warrior posture. Fingertips if you can reach. Keep lifting, pushing into the feet, lifting through the low belly, looking up. Good, gently release the arms. Two options, remember them. Elbow can come onto that knee, which is nice. Right arm can come up. Notice how slow transitions are everything, It's part of the practice, so just being mindful of how you're moving. Option two, keep hovering the fingertips over that toe. Shoot the hips back a little bit and then underneath you and then turn into that right rib cage. So good. Beautiful. Come up to center. Straighten that front leg. I'm loving this. Heel toe your feet a little closer. It just depends on your flexibility. But for my hamstrings, I could bring my feet closer because as I forward fold on an exhale, I know that my head comes sort of close to the floor. So in that case, if your head touches, you bring your feet a little closer. If your head doesn't touch and you feel like you want a little grounding, you can bring a block underneath your head.
because that's what sort of feels awesome. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tap my crown of the head onto the ground. And if yours doesn't touch, you can build your blocks up. You can build 2-3 blocks up so that it's up to here. And then you find that little sweet grounding of your head. Bend your knees. Keep your hands firm and your elbows straight back. Bend your knees slightly. Belly's lifted. Exhale to straighten. Shoulders onto the back. Lots to think about. Let's do that again. Inhale to drop the knees. Navel in and up. Fire up the toes, the feet. Gently straighten again. One more like that. Bend the knees. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it in the belly. And then when you're ready, just straighten. The pose changes. The dynamics of the pose changes as you breathe. Come out if you need to. I'm just going to hang out for another couple breaths. Really firing up my legs. Wow, love this. Walk the hands out, inhale. Feet can come a little closer for more stability. Push into the feet, hands on the waist. Try to use your inner lines. Come all the way up. I know that was a challenge. Good. And this is another walkabout. Really nice. I'll check the time because I could go on and on. I need a big clock. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So good. So another 15 minutes. Okay, so hopefully you can hang out with me to close up a little bit. So we just did the inner lines with warrior and that nice stretch. Let's take a moment to go a little lower. Okay, so how would you do that? Well, actually go back to parallel feet. Get yourself back into your symmetry. Using your hands, we're going to rock to each side. Okay, you've done this with me before. Just a little rocking into the knees. Come back to center. And then the other side. Good. I know. Spent so much time warming up those hips that you're going, I didn't do enough deep stretching. So you can go to one of my other classes, maybe get to the middle section of one of my other classes if you want some more. You'll find tons of ideas for your body. Okay, so next time you go back to the right side, walk the hands forward. Every practice is different. Reach it all the way out. Come back to center. Switch sides. Same thing. I have a plan. I have a plan for you after this. Just even out your sides. Reach the torso forward. Right toes need to go up a little bit. I mean, you could put your foot down. I tend to want to bring my toes up. No rules. Just check in with your body. Keep breathing. Walk the hands back in. Come back to center. So this is what I wanted to do. Side angle. So now turn into that right foot. Plant that right hand on the inside. I just have to share with you because I want you guys to be safe, okay? So if you have a block and you're new to your practice, I want you to use the block on the inside. Inside, good. Side angle, just come on over. Good, it's good for me too, actually. Love it. Just stretching that left side out. You can even look down. You can bring it over. Use that back leg. Stretch. Oh yeah, that feels amazing. You can tell I never get tired. I never get tired of this stretch of yoga. Nose breath if you can. Engage that central column. Keep your legs lit up. Next time you come around with that top arm, bring it down. Change that back heel so it goes up. You can move that block, or you can use that block on your other hand and give it a turn, a twist. Beautiful. Excellent. Drop that right hand down. Bring that back leg a little closer, and you're stretching out through. Again, blocks are helpful. One on each side to help support your hands. If your floor seems a little far away from you, okay? I'm just extending through that front leg. You can flex the toes. Beautiful. And then find that low lunge again by just stretching that back leg back. Up to you. Down dog, child's pose, or move through your vinyasa flow, which is your high to low push-up. Make this central flow yours to streamline your hips. Sort of like a shakeout. For me, I need a lot of shakeout. So you could be with me or not. Do your own thing. That's what it's all about. What it's all about. Make it your yoga. And in Ashtanga, they call it Mysore. Mysore style. Do your own thing. We all practice together, but everybody's on a different page in the asana. Here, just to inspire. That was awesome. So before we do the left leg for that side angle, take the right leg high, one-legged down dog, and you're just feeling an extension through that standing leg. Feels amazing. Feels the calf is stretching, that left hamstring is stretching, and building vitality and light in that top leg. Upper body centered and square. Don't forget to breathe. Excellent. Right leg comes down, segues right into that left side. So you bring that left side up, same thing, hold, one-legged down dog. Focusing on that standing ankle and standing calf. You can always come out if it's too much for you and you want to go right into, guess where we're going? Side angle. Left leg comes through. Plant that foot. If it needs help, just help it. Use that left hand to help it up. Plant that right foot at a 45. Use your block if you used it on the other side. And turn and open that right arm. That's it. So I'm shooting my booty out. Just exaggerate that. Natural curve in that small of the back. You see that? And then straighten. Pull it underneath you. Put that right hip forward. Put that left hip underneath you. Fire up the left glute. See, it's nice to see the back side so you can see how much power comes into this left glute muscle. Lower belly lifts, ribs turn, right arm comes over. Right leg is straight and strong. Lots to think about, I know. Becomes habit once you're practicing, okay? You could spiral your mind to different areas. So maybe it wants to go to the front foot. Maybe it wants to go to the belly and turn the belly a little bit. Or to this top hand, bring it down. Keeping yoga interesting for you. Make it yours. Awesome. Last one. This is my favorite side to work. So I tend to stay 1 or 2 more breaths longer. Last bit. Right hand comes down, change that back heel. Heel comes up. I'm going to use my block since I did on the other side. Notice how I support myself. I'm using my left elbow to sort of transition. Right hand comes down, settle into that front foot. Get that left hip crease to come back. It's like self-massage, massaging from the inside out. Lower belly lifts. Turn. Having fun. I am. I hope you are too. It's all for you. It's all for you. Oh my goodness. Makes me want to cry on this side. Help me. But I'm so supported. I am so loved. All is well. Use your exhale to come out. Frame that front foot. Back foot may come in a little closer. Use your blocks if you need it. One hand on either side. Straight leg. Can you flex that front foot? Just behind the scenes of my practice, my own personal practice. It's the best way to teach. So what I do for my body, I learn from my body, and then that's how I can translate maybe what works for your body. All right, back into low lunge. Moving my foot more centered on the mat. My back foot has to go farther back. Keeping that. Did we turn? I think we already turned. Yeah, I was so in the zone. It's almost like I forget where I am. But this is it. Do your transition. So if you want to go high to low push-up, go for it. If not, just rest in your child's pose. But always with your breath. Being patient with yourself. There's no rush. No rush. This is your meditative movement practice. Connecting your body to your mind, to your spirit. Find that last up dog, just to feel the back sort of stretch out. If it's too much on the low back, remember there's always low cobra, okay? Keeping that firm on the lower part, pelvic bowl, low back, and just letting the heart lift. That might be fine. Or drape yourself through and hover the thighs. Excellent. Tuck the toes, back to down dog. Elbows can drop. We're going to come to our belly again for a little soothing moment. Walk the feet back, the arms forward, come into forearm plank. Drop the hips, drop the toes. Drape the belly forward and rest your head. Oh my goodness. So good. Just rock your feet from side to side. Soothing your belly, soothing your back. Almost finished. That's it. When you rock to one side with the feet, opposite hip lifts up. Let it lift. And then come back to center. And then switch. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Okay, come back to center. Drop one foot. I have my right foot on the ground now. Left knee slides up right on the ground. Your just inner groin is stretching. So you're 90 degrees off of the waist. Knees lifted towards that front of the mat. so good to have full classes to take. And those of you that are here with me live, I love it. Thank you so much. Right arm comes over to the left, palms together. You're adding this beautiful supine twist. Go slow. Just see how your hips stack and your arm can come up behind you. Wow, I feel clearing in my sinuses. If you need support, which sometimes I do, and thank goodness my block is not too far away, put it right underneath that knee. Adjust the upper body, stack the hips. Possible place to give yourself some healing with your hands, touching your body, giving it some love. Turn into this hip socket as you push it down. Your left shoulder can go to the left. Like pretend like there's a yoga teacher. That's just softly and gently putting hands on. Just nice, really nice way to just solidify and ground into the posture with your hands. Okay, gently come out. You're taking the block out if you have the block. Straighten that leg. Come back to the belly. Beautiful, slow motion. Find that center. Belly's connected to the mat. Little rock. A little support with the head. Hands on the underneath the head, forehead. And so what would feel good to you? Little adjustments into the hip girdle, into the belly by just lifting the knees up. Lengthening through the side body, reach back for the ankles. And lift that up. Doesn't have to go far, just that little bit. And if it doesn't reach, just do one leg at a time. You might be able to reach one foot and focus on that one side. Make it yours. Come out when you need to. And we're ready for the other side. Support your head again. That's really nice. And then bring that right knee 90 degrees off the waist. Feel the inner groin on that right side. Couple deep sighs. Soften the foot, the right foot. Soften the inner groin. Natural curve. So remember, there's still that scoop in the low back. Let your whole body be heavy. Okay, take that left arm with breath. Exhale over to the right. Palms together. Turn into that right shoulder. Lower belly lifts. Hips start stacking. Right arm comes over to the right. This is where that support with the block. I know yoga takes a while, but this is what you're giving yourself. You're giving yourself a gift. You're giving yourself that gift of time, that gift to release any buildup of tension, of stress, which we all have right now. Coming back to the present moment. Coming back to the present moment. Yeah, we even had the angels reminding us. Come back to the present moment. This is where all of your power is. Right here, right now. If you did any self-massage, let that happen on that hip, that top hip. Deep sighs, yawns, eyes closed. This side needed pounding. Tight right hip, active leg. Needs different stuff. You can even move this opposite arm, there's no rules, just kind of explore. Go inside, keep reminding you, you are your own teacher. You are the guru. You know what your body wants and needs. Tap into that. All right, come back to our back. We made it. So good. Just give that a little pound. Up and down with the hips. So you're lifting, your feet are, knees are bent, knees are up towards the ceiling. Feet are on the mat, close to your hips, as you just let that go. Up and down. Nice. Heels come a little closer, just depending on your flexibility. It depends. If the knees feel like they need to be a little wider, just take your feet out. For me, I like it close. So I'm going to roll up with my heels almost touching my hips into bridge pose. Let the shoulders sort of come underneath you and come into an active bridge. Chin is straight up. Back of the head is pushing into the mat. You have a natural curve in your neck. And just hold. Beautiful place to watch your belly move. I'm going to do another 4 breath. All right, roll down, upper back, middle back, low back. Reach for your kneecaps, chin towards your chest. Little alternating side. Why? Because it spreads the upper body out. Beautiful. Any last posture? For like happy baby, Supta Baddha Konasana. Plow, letting your feet go over your head and going into shoulder stand. Or come right into Shavasana with me. Oh my gosh, I'm so relaxed. I hope you're relaxed too. It's very helpful. I'm so glad I get to do this with you. Makes me feel good, keeps me committed to my practice. Having a set time to show up. 99% of it is showing up. So I celebrate you for being here. Once you get into your Shavasana, your corpse pose, practicing conscious dying, I know, sounds so morbid, but it's not. And letting go of that fear of death. That's the epitome of what this posture is about. It's about consciously accepting what is, no matter where or what or how. Being present to your beingness, whatever form it may take. And so Shavasana is called corpse pose, practicing conscious dying. Mm-hmm. You're in your own space. So within that space, you make your choices, right? So if you choose to staying in this energetic field that you just created with a whole hour of practice, you can stay for 5, 10 more minutes, maybe even 15, 20 minutes, finding that healing that you need or want, or maybe you're ready to just come back into your body. But whatever you choose, when you do decide, make sure you come out with ease and grace, with slow, mindful movements. You can start with your toes. You can start with your fingers. A little rocking of the head. Bringing air and oxygen back in. Maybe the body just does it for you with that spontaneous yawn. And take one knee, other knee, gentle caressing of the low back as you rock side to side. And then you can roll to one side, using the hands for support. Oh yeah, and just start coming back. Coming back as a reborn, rebirthing. It's like you just rebirthed our whole energetic field to something light, something connected, something yoked to our spiritual body. That's what yoga is about. It's not anything more than connecting to your own self, your highest self. Trusting in your wisdom, trusting in your inner intuition, being open to guidance from your angels and your guides, being receptive to higher thought. Okay? All right. Namaste. Happy Monday. Happy New Year, I should say. Wow. Let's move forward with grace and ease. That's all we can do. Grace and ease. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it. All right. Wonderful. Let me know if you watch the replay. Okay. Namaste.